Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on day number 14 or sketch 14 for Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches series, and it is number 9, series number 9. So she's been doing this for quite a while. And there is a bunch of people doing videos for this sketch or Instagram posts, so make sure you check out the links in the video description below and give them some time and check out all their great artwork. So this is the sketch, and it's got some hexagons and a hexagon in the background and some leaves, some splatters. So it's a really fun sketch, and I have some hexagons, and I'll show you how I did these. I have a piece of toffee paper, and the reason is because I'm going to do some outdoors chicken wire themed layout, and I have an old Stampin' Up! Stamp. It is chicken wire for my hexagon background, and I am using these thin cuts to make hexagons, and this is a roll of double-sided tape, and I used it to make my own border of leftover strips of paper. So this is a lot of scraps I cut into just lengths of paper to put on here. So the other side is sticky as soon as I take this tape off, and I can die cut it or use it how it is to make whatever I want out of it. So today I'm going to use it to make these hexagons, and I already cut these out with the smallest hexagon. So I'm going to use those for the background. I'll probably cut some big hexagons out of solid paper with these, and I'm going to stamp the background. But before I stamp it, I'm going to use some gesso to lighten up this background and give it a fun washed look. So I got out my gesso, and you can use any gesso you want. This is white gesso from Liquitex. And I'm going to just put a little water in this cup for my brush. But I'm mostly going to use a dry brush technique. And this is a brush, it's a Vicky Bouton. It's just a wide, flat, soft paintbrush. So let's get out my craft sheet. And this is a craft sheet from Close to My Heart. It's really big. You can get them a lot of different places. I like ours because it's really good value for the money. It's like $20. I'm not really sure. I'll try and get a picture and put it in the video here. But it is very high quality, and I usually will cut them into smaller pieces, and they're great for travel size. You can see how well used this is, and it just keeps on going. And on the back it has like a sticky surface. I don't know if it's silicone or what, but it doesn't slide around as much. Like if I were to take my verse mat out of here, it won't slide around on this glass mat. Okay, so it will be really hard to move it, so it is pretty secure. And I can put my gesso right on here. And so I'm going to use a dry brush method with this. And I want to just get it through the bristles of my brush, and I'm just going to coat like this. And it doesn't matter where I start. And I'll just keep doing it until I get to the desired effect. And you could do this with any acrylic paint. You could make it more watery, but then you're going to get not as clear brush strokes as this. They'll be more spread out. Yeah, so it all depends on the look you want. Okay, this is dry, and I wanted to find, oh, first of all, I need to show you the photographs. Earlier in this series, I used a photo just like this for another layout. I think it was Chicks Dig Me, and it was for her scrapbook. This one is going to be for my scrapbook, so I don't mind doing that photo again. And these are the baby chicks that we just got last fall. My husband went to the store and said, oh, they have baby chicks. Do you want me to get some? I said, sure, get a couple. Came back with all they had. So we had quite the little flock of babies. So you just never know what he's gonna do, right? But anyways, I had this thin cut set and it's a die set. I'm not sure what company it was from. It's another one of those on these thin metal wires. I'm not going to cut it apart unless I have to. I'm going to leave them all together and just cut out everything at once. I did, however, cut apart the little beaks and the eyes. I'm guessing that's what goes behind the eyes. I'm not sure what else the circles would be for. If someone knows, let me know in the comments. And then this is for the little feet and the comb for the top of the head. So I just put some through in some different colored paper, and I'm going to put these together, maybe add some detail with some markers or shimmer brushes or something, and then I'll have some baby chicks to put around. I also pulled out my chicken paper and embellishments again to see what I could use, and I also found this paper that I had printed out, and I thought maybe I could cut some of these hexagons out to have in different colors, because they're all the same colors that are in my thin cut ones. You know, they'll match just fine. So that'll be good to use something of that up as well. So I will get a little more done, and I might even run these through as a hexagon shape. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is stamp on the background. I'm going to use our Mocha dye based ink from Close to My Heart. And I don't need to get a really good impression. I just want the idea or a slight look that there is chicken wire. And I've got this piece, my background piece, on my Versamat, so it has that cushion. And this red rubber stamp is on a cushion, so I should be able to get a good impression. Hopefully I don't drop it. It's such a big stamp. All right, so I'm gonna have one here. Press really hard. Cool, that came out really good. All right, so I'm gonna finish and do a few more. I think I'll do one more first generation in the other corner. Let's see if I can get it here. Read about there. And then I'm going to do a second generation and see if we can get something else on here. Yeah, that came out good. Okay. I'm going to do one over here now. And then we'll go up here. And that's fine. That's all that I need. That came out really good. Even better than I thought it would. So I thought I'd get on and show you how I do partial die cutting with a photograph that is too big. Okay, so see, I cut part of the chicken off, part of her head off. There's really no way to get it so that it fits and gets both of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just partial die cutting, and let's do the top first. So this fits perfectly against the photograph, which is 4x4, and I'm going to place it so the top is cut, and I want to go to about here. Okay, so, well, don't put that down yet. Get it straight. Right, put it there. So I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to put my top plate right where that tape is and slide it through, and it won't cut the bottom part that is not covered by the plate. And you may have seen this a lot of different ways that people have done it, and This is nothing new, but for those who haven't seen it, I thought I'd just share. So I'll take that off. And see, now I have the top done. And I can take that off. So now we'll do the bottom as well. And what I'll do is I'm going to line this up. And you can feel it in the grooves of the thin cut. You can line it up. And I'm going to go up a little ways. And I can feel it catching those grooves. So now I want to not go above that line. So I'll put the plate there and slide it through. So now I've just elongated that hexagon. Cool, huh? I made some mats for my photos, and I also put some white mats behind here just to give them a little something to make them pop. Now I'm wondering if I might want to do a border, and I can use my roll of scraps to do that. I'm not sure if I want to put it on the brown or put it underneath and cut the brown down, the toffee paper. So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking I might put it on top. Actually, I'm going to try a white mat first and see how that looks. And then I'll see about making a real thin border with this for all the way around. That might be what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay, I cut that down to 11 inches, put it on the white, and then I cut strips of the border paper, and I think I'm going to like it. So I'm going to put it down and then get it more set. And again, this was on that double-sided adhesive, so hopefully it will be good to go. And I'm gonna lay it down before I pull all of the paper off, so I can adhere it a little bit at a time and not have to worry about the sticky adhesive everywhere. So here's the sketch. I brought it back in just to refer back to it. I didn't do any splatters, but I think the dry brush in the background with the gesso really gave it enough of a look to so I feel like it matched that a little bit. And the hexagons, not in a different format, but that's okay. And now I just need to add my little chicks and the title, which I haven't thought of. I'm going to be trying to think of that and see what I can come up with. Okay, I cut out my title out of my Cricut, and it's Chicks Crack Me Up. It's so fitting, right? And the paper I selected for the top didn't quite cut out, which is fine. I can use my scissors to just trim along the edge where it didn't quite cut through that paper. So don't think that it's ruined if your Cricut doesn't cut through your pieces. Just give them a little hair trim and you're good to go. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is put a little glue on my scrap paper here. And then I can dip my letters into it and place them on top of the piece that is the offset. The offset feature is new in Cricut Design Space, and it is so cool. It creates a shadow for whatever you have. This is how I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done. And the liquid glue allows you time to arrange it perfectly. And I'm doing this so that the glue doesn't seep out on top of my title here. It's just on the back of the letter, very light coat, because I'm tapping it off onto the scrap paper and coating the whole back of the letter. I like to show that in case anyone hasn't seen me do it before. So I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, I have finished my layout. It's as cute as can be, right? So again, look at the sketch and my layout. And I think I caught it pretty well. I did, you know, follow it. I love the border. That really brings this page to life. And using these strips with that adhesive strip works so well. So I will try to use some more of that because I have that whole roll that I made. So, and these little chicks are really cute. I colored them with my tri-blend marker on just white daisy to give them a little interest. And look at this guy. And I put little dots in their eyes to give them some life as well. So I hope you like that. Make sure you check out everybody below. Close-ups will be at the end, and have a wonderful day.